according to Dr. Jordan Peterson, healthy mates tend to look for other healthy mates, and their markers are symmetry. That's why an attractive person looks for another attractive person, because the more symmetrical they are, the healthier they are. Therefore, they can have better offsprings. There's other markers he mentioned, like shoulder to hips, shoulder width to hips width, or hips to hip to shoulder, something. I don't remember exactly what the markers are, but the reason I thought it was very fascinating, I want to do this video for one reason. Butterflies like to mate with other butterflies, and if they deviate slightly, if they're deviate slightly from being symmetrical, they will not mate, because they want it's their marker, knowing that whoever they're gonna mate with, they're gonna have healthy offsprings. So basically, based on the symmetry, that's a marker to tell them that they're mating with a healthy mate, which I found very fascinating. I found that in myself also. I know physical attraction isn't everything, but somebody that's not symmetrical, it's very difficult for me to even initiate that bond or that spark or you know what I mean? I look for that as a starter, of course, but it's not a full indication. I could see somebody or meet somebody that's very have perfect symmetry, and once you start a conversation, you deviate completely. You just ignore the symmetry, and attraction kind of fades away because of the personality or the intelligence of that person. I hope this helps. Find a person with perfect symmetry. You can have healthy offsprings. Leave your comments below. Best of luck. Love you all.
So we look at everything. You think men judge women harshly. They do. But gentlemen, you have no idea what we're looking at. We're judging your hair. We're judging your shoes. We scan you like Predator. Every atom, every molecule of your DNA, we go through it like scanning for physical abnormalities. Is he balding? Okay, but is it in a weird way? Is that a goatee? What's happening there? Is his shirt unbuttoned too low for his ethnicity? Is he wearing embroidered jeans? If so, is he a European male or just someone from Arizona? Like, we go through it. We go through it. We aren't looking to see if you're the hottest guy ever. Nay, we are merely assessing if you're 50% attractive enough that we want to put the effort into putting ourselves in your orbit, so that in an hour after a drink or two, you, gentlemen, have the luxury of turning around and being like, oh, excuse me, I couldn't help but notice. And then we turn around like, really? That's it. Just set it up for you to knock it down. And a lot of times, it's not that easy. A lot of times, we see a guy that we think is cute, and he doesn't notice us, so we have to make you notice us. A lot of times, we get our girlfriend to help us. Every girl's done this. There's a boy over there you think is cute. You're like, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Do you see that guy? The guy over there. Over there. Over there. Do you see him? Do you see him? Do you see that guy? Are you looking? Do you see him? Don't look. Do you see him? Are you looking? Is he looking? Is he looking? He's looking. He's looking. Start dancing. Start dancing. Start dancing. keep talking. Say something funny. Just start talking so I don't look like a loser. Say something funny. You're trying to put out this vibe that you're so carefree, because you, and don't lie about this, you want him to look over and be like, oh, there will never be another. There has never been another. She is the one. You want him to be so taken. Oh, she looks like she doesn't need a man. So carefree. I'm so carefree. I don't use condoms. So effortless. If he was close, he wouldn't be hearing it. From afar, you want him to hear like, sports. If he were close, what he'd actually be hearing is your, like you're trying so hard. He's going to find you. He's going to see you at some point. There's only so many places in a room, a bar, a club that your eyes can fall. He's going to see you. This is the important part, girls, okay? You're out there. It's a competitive situation. There's a lot of girls. There's a lot of bars. He's going to look at you. That's your chance, okay? That's your chance. You only got one shot. It's like 8 Mile, but with flirting. Hopefully there's no vomit on your shirt. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe we'll be like, oh, she parties. I don't know. You're gonna look over, the lights are going to reflect and refract, and they're gonna hit you both, and he's gonna see you, and that's your chance, ladies, to fucking stick it and pose like a peacock in heat that you are. Just, don't dance like that. Little bit of insight to stand-up comedy and the risk and reward with choosing certain jokes. That joke is a risk because I realize not everyone here knows what a peacock sounds like. But for like the 12 of you that knew, it was so worth it for me. And for the rest of you, the good news is you don't ever have to hear a peacock, because that was like top 10 peacock impressions you're gonna hear tonight. I hate it. I hate the noise. I'm allowed to make fun of peacocks.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe. Click the button below.